Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Bears. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the World of Juice Football League. That is right, we enter Season 2. Can you believe we've actually made it to Season 2? I can't believe that we've made it to Season 2, but here we are. We just came off the back of a great off-season video where we introduced the world to the new prospects, to the new class of World of Juice Football League players. They got drafted to their teams. They went through the off-season mini camps. They went through the rookie mini camps, mandatory, all that kind of stuff, preseason. And now we're here, year number 2. Those rookies will debut in the WOJFL. We won the Super Bowl last year, the WOJFL Super Bowl, first ever WOJFL Super Bowl champion was us, the Orlando Wizards. So now we have to go into Season 2 with a big target on our back because we're the champs. So how's that going to affect the team? How's that going to affect the play? I guess we'll find out as we get deeper into Season number 2, but I can't wait to get started. If you guys are excited for Season 2 of the WOJFL, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and big note, if you have any player creations that you want to see in Season 2's draft, leave them down below in the comments of my video, and I will put them into the Season 2 draft. I've already got some that are ready to go to put in to this year's class, so I will get on that pretty soon. Those were from previous videos that people commented, but obviously the cutoff was already hit for last season, so I took them, I screenshotted them, and I've got them ready to go for Season 2's draft. So if you have any suggestions, if you want to make a player and you want to see them in the next year's draft, leave them down below in the comments. Now, I do want to preface this by saying I don't know how long we're going to go with the WOJFL because we are getting close to the end of the Madden 24 cycle. Madden 25 will start up, and I don't think right off the bat, Madden 25, we will continue the WOJFL. Mainly because we'll have to wait a little bit for the modders to get deep into the game, for them to make all the good stuff, and for them to give us quality modded content for Madden 25, if they can. A couple years ago, we weren't able. Madden 23, they weren't able to get into the game. Modders weren't able to mod the game, so we didn't have a modded game, but they were able to get in this year. That's why we've done all this modded content. So we'll see if they're able to get into Madden 25, hopefully, and they can mod the game and make it fun. Because Madden historically has not been super fun without mods. So I do want to say that I'm going to take this series into the summer probably, but I don't know how much further after college football that this game is going to go, because once that college football game comes out in July, that's going to be most of my content for a while, until obviously August when the new Madden comes out. Then we're going to be starting up some new stuff on that game. But like I said before, I don't know when or if the modders will make it to that game. So we'll have to wait and see. But if you do want to make a player, we should be able to get through Season 2 before August. I would hope so. If I'm not through Season 2 by August, I'm doing something wrong. So we should be able to get through at least Season 2 by August. I would really hope so. We'll have to see, though. Today's episode is going to only be one game. We're going to start with just the opening week game, and then the next couple episodes will be back to the double headers where we do 2 games in an episode, take a look at the franchise tool, all that kind of stuff like we have been doing in the past. With all that being said, it's time to start Season 2. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get Season 2 of the WOJFL officially underway. I just realized that I did that entire intro without the camera on, so I apologize for that. That's my bad. But here we are. The camera is now on. And we will start the game. Luckily, I caught it after the intro and not after the episode was over. Sometimes that happens. But here we are. We are into Season number 2. Let's take a look at our squad. We didn't change too much. We did add a few draft picks. We did add... I don't think we added any free agents. I don't think we changed the team that much. We did add a trade. We brought in this man right here, Jordan Imbala. Imbala. Why did I trade for him? I don't know how to say his name. Imbalaya. That's going to be a hard name to say. I apologize to his family because I can't pronounce his last name, but he's now a new receiver on this Wizards roster. We also have Kingman, who is one of our draft picks, Jacob Kingman. Very good player, 95 speed, very fast, kind of similar to Tyreek Lawson, but he's 6'2". Tyreek Lawson's not 6'2". So we have a good receiving core. We brought in Hal Kemp to be a backup left guard, maybe even a starting left guard in the future over Kendrick. And we also brought in Fat Morris, who was, I think, a 4th-round pick or maybe a 5th-round pick, something like that. Late-round pick, 78 overall, hidden development, 340 pounds. I guess we can see why he gets the name Fat. But we are looking pretty good on the offensive line. We also have this man right here, Jason Tyler, who's a nice little backup as a center, 26 years old, 80 overall. We'll see how he does. I'm liking the team. Obviously, we have Yarbrough and Hardly Knower and Harry Bush. So we are pretty solid there. We still have our stud quarterback, Bradson Darn. We still have Speed McCree, who was like the MVP last year. The team is basically the same as it was, with just a few additions from the draft. Brick Law and Trey Watts are X Factor, so we'll see how they impact the team. Smoke Morrison's still an X Factor. Boogie Richardson, I need to have a big season from Boogie Richardson because he was almost non-existent in year number 1. So I really need him to have a big season because we already know that Jabari Sims and Jadeveon Carter can be impact players. Jadeveon Carter won the freaking Defensive Player of the Year last year. So we know that he can be an impact player. We know Jabari Sims can be an impact player. We need Boogie Richardson to prove that he can be an impact player, or we're going to have to figure out something else to do. I like our corners. We got 4 really, really good corners. And then Fujiyama, who, well, we haven't really seen too much of, so we don't know if he can be he probably can be a good corner, but we don't really know too much about him. We still got our good safeties with McKinley and Prince. David Mayo is, I think it's David Mayo, right? No, it's Dallas Mayo, excuse me. Dallas Mayo is our second middle linebacker. I like that. And then kicker, we still got Dicker the kicker, and we've got Michael Plummer. And then we've got Kingman as our kick return specialist because he's super fast. But we also have Lawson as our punt return specialist because he's also super fast. So I like what we're working with here. We're going to have Boogie Richardson should probably be the rush left end over Trey Watts so that Trey Watts can play a little bit more linebacker. But now with X Factor, maybe Trey Watts is going to be even better as a rush left end. I don't really know. I'm not 100% sure. I want Dallas Mayo to be the backup sub linebacker so that when Brick Law's not playing there, Mayo is. The rush D tackle is going to be Jadeveon Carter. I'm fine with that, I think, because that gives Jadeveon Carter a little bit more playtime, a little bit more snaps on the field. Jabari Sims being the rush right end is fine. It's just between Richardson and Trey Watts. I don't know if I want, because we have Prince. Is this it's Tevin Prince? Okay, so we have Tevin Prince as the backup outside linebacker. So if he's probably going to get more playtime because Trey Watts is down there on the defensive line. But I think I kind of want to try it out with Boogie Richardson because maybe that would make him a little bit more of an impact player if he's got more snaps on the field with the rush left end. So we'll try it out for a game or two. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. Third round running back is obviously Speed McCree. Slot receiver, I want the slot receiver to be Parker Peters, not MVP. Parker Peters, I think, fits that slot receiver spot a little bit more. He's like the ideal slot receiver built for the slot. So that's what we're going to do with the offense. I've already loaded in the draft class, but like I said in the intro, I didn't add any of the prospects just yet. I'm waiting to do that until we get a few extra guys that want to add in, but I have not changed anybody yet. So the draft class is loaded in. And the rest of the team, we're going up against the Thunderbirds, who I don't think we played last year. I don't think we played the Thunderbirds at all last year. I do want to see... I want to see some of the top players in the WOJFL right now. So McClendon is the top quarterback in the league. Then Penn Brady. Then the MVP from last year, Mike Steigenberger, who we beat in the WOJFL Super Bowl. That was pretty awesome. The Shamrocks are going to have to figure out something to do because they got 2 quarterbacks that are a 90 plus, and they're going to have to figure out something to do with either of them because I think they start Tim Payton. When we played the Shamrocks last season, they were starting Tim Payton, so they're going to have to figure out something to do with their 2 quarterback system. because you can't really have two quarterbacks that are that good, just holding them hostage. Speed McCree is now the number 2 running back in the league, technically tied for first. Herschel Gates is still very good. And then Tank Barber's the best fullback in the league. That's nice to see. And then you got wide receivers. Ja'Cory Crispy, who was a free agent this past season, I think. And he's back with the Tigers, who we played in the Super Bowl. I don't know if there is any of our receivers up here. MVP, I think, is a little bit lower. There he is. He's a 92. So some of the best players in the league are still some of the best players. And we'll learn about the Thunderbirds as we get into this game. Trey Watt's the best outside linebacker. That's nice to see. Okay, I'm also curious to see how some of those top draft picks do in their debut games. I guess we'll wait and find out. So it's time for the Rio de Janeiro Thunderbirds versus the Orlando Wizards. Week 1 of Season 2 is getting underway. Let's get this started. Welcome to the start of Season 2 here in the WOJFL. We are in front of our home fans as we start our defense of our WOJFL Super Bowl title. And Jacob Kingman, the rookie, welcome to the WOJFL on that type of hit. And here comes the champion, Bradson Darn, in this championship offense. I'm excited. We made the trade for him middle through last year, the middleway part of the last season. And ever since we brought him in, he was a game changer. He immediately made this offense feel so much better than it was when we didn't have him on the field, when we had our other running back or our other quarterbacks starting games for us. But funny enough, the Thunderbirds, their quarterback, Manuel, is the quarterback that we almost made a trade for before we decided on Bradson Darn. So it's kind of a little what-if scenario, I guess you could say. What if we would have had the Thunderbirds quarterback? Would we have been in the same situation? Would he have been a better quarterback for the system? I don't know. You can't really say that because we won the Super Bowl with Bradson Darn. So, I mean, there's really no other better scenario than winning the championship at the end of the season. And it looks like the Thunderbirds might be pretty solid against the run today. Maybe we'll have to get a little freaky and go some nice passing. I guess we'll find out. And last season, towards the end, I was really getting to a rhythm throwing these balls to Parker Peters. He was really starting to heat up, and he was getting a lot of touches. So maybe we can try to see if that continues. I am going to roll out of the pocket with Bradson Darn. Throw on the run. That's a deep ball, and it's going to be just out of the reach of Marquell. What am I saying? Marquez is his name. I keep forgetting his freaking name. Marquez Vontel Porter. I apologize. Sometimes saying his name really fast screws it up. But that could have been an elite throw to start Season 2. And that punt was a little too good. And here he comes. Here he comes. I think it's Jalen Manuel is the starting quarterback of the Thunderbirds. Yep, Jalen Manuel. He could have been our guy. But I chose Bradson Darn over him, and we'll see if that was the right decision or not. And here we go. We get to see Boogie Richardson on this side. We'll see how he does, and that's going to be a quick throw out of the reach of the diving receiver. And Manuel will start the game 0 for 1. That wasn't even in man coverage either. It's kind of an off-target throw. Running back gets the ball, and it's denied by Jadeveon Carter, the defending Defensive Player of the Year. 3rd and 9. What will this Thunderbird squad have up their sleeves? He's going to run. He fires it. It's going to be caught. Dallas Mayo in coverage. He just gets it over the top, and the running back takes it to the house almost. Down to 11, basically to the house. Dallas Mayo was in coverage, and maybe I shouldn't have Dallas Mayo on the field very much because he just got torched by their running back. And that puts the Thunderbirds in great scenarios here. Manuel's going to go on the run. He's going to get shut down after a gain of 2. That was a hard tackle, too. He is feeling it. He is feeling it. Smoke Morrison was there along with Prince as well. A couple guys were in on that tackle. Jadeveon Carter trying to fight the right guard. That's going to be intercepted. It's the safety, Storm McKinley. And I tried to keep him from going out of the field or out of the end zone, but he just wouldn't go. Storm McKinley jumps the route and picks it off in the end zone. Storm McKinley had a decent year last year, but he kind of got overshadowed by the corners with Smoke Morrison and Howard Woodson. But he saw the route, he read the quarterback's eyes, and he just jumps in front, undercuts it, box him out, and he's got the interception. The first turnover of the year, and remember, our defense is what carried us to that championship last year. Our offense got going at the end, but our defense is really what kept us in even contention to make the Super Bowl last year. And Tank Barber runs through a defender on his first carry of the season. That's what you like to see. We're going to hand the ball back to him. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to give the ball to... No, that's going to go to Emerson. I can't do that. We're going to change this play to a pass. There we go. I hate when it does that. It switches it, and it makes the offensive lineman or whoever's running that route, it makes them do that. Can I fit this in there? That's a tight window, and it's going to be Harry Bush with the catch. That was a tight window from Darn and an even tighter catch from Mr. Bush. So let's actually go and score a touchdown here. I'm upset that we didn't score a touchdown on that first drive, so we need to go and do one here. And it looks like, man, they are probably going to be pretty tight in their defensive run stopping here. We might have to change up the game plan a little bit. I know that our boy is a studly player. Oh, that might be a little bit over the shoulder. Ensign Yarbrough, just a slight overthrow. Could not hit our main man, Yarbrough, there. Bratson Darn's had a couple of those now where he's just been a little bit overthrowing. That's not an overthrow. That's a beautiful catch in stride for Parker Peters. That's why we put a dude like Parker Peters in the slot. He only had, I think, maybe 1 or 2 drops all of last year, and that's because he got hit on the catches. So that's why he dropped those passes. It wasn't just because he just dropped them. And that is going to be a loss of 2 on the run. Not a good one, but if we go no huddle and we go with a little slants and roll to the right, we might have a man open. It's going to be another risky throw. MVP just out of his reach. Maybe I should have went with a different style of catch instead of run after the catch. Maybe if I would have went aggressive or something, he would have probably dived for it. I don't know. It's tough to say, but it's just out of the reach of MVP. And I got to fire that in. That's a tight coverage. That was a bad decision. Very, very bad decision. And once again, we have a decent drive that ends with a punt. I'm going to try not to punt it as hard as I did last time. Plummer will send it away, the top punter in the WOJFL. And this is going to be... Did he fair catch that? I didn't see him wave a hand. I don't know. I guess he did. And they will start at the 22-yard line. Let's not have a drive like we did on their first drive where the running back just completely torched our guy. And Jadeveon Carter completely upends the quarterback manual with a sack. His first sack of the year. Jadeveon Carter is becoming a phenomenal player. An all-pro level guy. A Hall of Fame level guy, basically. He is studly. Absolute studly. So now it's 2nd and 15 from the 17-yard line to start the second quarter here in Orlando. He's going to roll. Boogie almost had him. Boogie should have had him, really. But he just didn't get his arm around. And Manuel is 1 for 4 with an interception. The only pass he's completed was that wheel route to the running back that got over the head of Dallas Mayo. 3rd and 15. The Thunderbirds are in a weird spot here. They're in a tough situation, especially with Jadeveon Carter getting a lot of pressure. Oh, he cooked Wilson. No! Flash Wilson got destroyed. He got baited. He thought he was going to go deeper, and Ballard just completely turned around on him on the comeback route. Flash, you can't get beat like that. You're too quick. You got to be able to make those mistakes not happen. Quick throw, intercepted. What? I don't know how I missed the interception there. I thought for sure that was an interception. Howard Woodson, one of the best intercepting corners in the league last year. Only second to his own teammate, Smoke Morrison, who I think led the league in interceptions last year. And Manuel will take off. He will get upended, but not before getting that first down on the read option quarterback keeper. Man, these Thunderbirds are just finding these little things that are getting them good yardage. It's kind of upsetting. That's an interception. No, it's not. Brady Montana. Good coverage, but he couldn't get his hands in there to intercept the pass. That's okay, because it's 2nd down and 10. At least we're getting really good pressure on Manuel. Jadeveon Carter is winning almost every time. And then he's forcing Manuel over to the right side, which Boogie Richardson's getting to him sometimes. But he got cooked. Brady Montana got cooked. Storm McKinley, wrap him up. He forced him out of bounds. Brady Montana got beat one-on-one against KJ Towns. And, yeah, that was bad. Luckily, Storm McKinley was there to recover and save a touchdown. But that was ugly from Brady Montana. I don't know why he's covering him. We should probably have Smoke Morrison covering him, and that's a catch. What a window. What a window from Owens. Let's go to coach adjustments here. Cornerback matchups by overall. We can't be having Brady Montana covering their best receiver. He's just going to get cooked every single time. So now we have Morrison over there covering him. That's nice to see. But it might be a little too late because they are deep into the red zone. But this last time they were here, they threw a pick. It's going to be Jadeveon Carter. No, he didn't wrap him up. Oh, my God, it's a touchdown from the Thunderbirds. I thought Jadeveon Carter was going to wrap him up, but he missed him. And the Thunderbirds will score the first touchdown of the season. Oh, I can't believe he didn't tackle him there. It looked like he was going to bring him down, but he just escaped. And now the Thunderbirds score. We really should have 2 touchdowns. If you think about it, our offense has been good enough to move the football down the field. We've just been getting stuck when we get to like midfield or something. We shouldn't be getting stuck, though. The rookie Kingman will take it to the 24-yard line. Decent start. And we need Bradson Darn to pick up the pace here. He's had some good throws, but he's also had some incomplete throws on the run that need to be more accurate. So we're going to start this one by going down low. It's Parker Peters. Of course, he's going to catch it. That's what he does. And then we're going to go a little halfback slip screen. Slip. This does tend to work, and it's going to work as well here. But it's going to be a holding or something, a flag on the play. Please don't be on us. That was a really good screen. It is on us, and it's on Sergei Fedovsky, the center. Oh, you can't hold like that, especially when I was already past the line of scrimmage. You can't be holding like that, big dog. You didn't get really any holding calls last season. It was like King Queen who was getting all the holding calls. That's a good throw. That's Parker Peters, and he turns it up the field. Parker Peters down the sideline to the 40. My man's going to have a breakout year. I just feel it. I can absolutely feel the breakout coming. He's just got that it factor. Plus, he's white, so that helps. This route always works, except for when Bradson Darn doesn't throw it accurately. Well, that's upsetting. That play always gets open. All Bradson Darn has to do is lead him into a touchdown, and he didn't do that. He completely overthrew the ball, and that is a wasted down. I didn't realize that was going to be what happened. That defensive lineman, I don't know who he is, but he is a run stuffer, that's for sure. Can I get that ball over the field? I can. It's Tyreek Lawson who got a new contract in the offseason, a contract extension. It was a good throw from Darn as well. Very, very good throw. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Down by 7, but we are challenging, knocking on the door for our first touchdown of the year. Who do we go to here? Do we go McCree out of the backfield? That's a possibility. Or maybe not. I'm going to roll, and I'm going to roll to the wrong side. It's going to be a holding call on one of our offensive linemen, so I might as well just throw the ball away. Who's it on? Holding on the offense. It's Omir Oluwatimi. What are we doing, guys? We really didn't have any holding calls for a majority of the last season. And now all of a sudden, the first game, we get 2? And I'm going to get sacked because I didn't have anywhere to go? This is a good drive that we just continue to squander because we're making bad mistakes. And Bradson Darn just cannot be accurate. Bradson, come on, big dog. Where'd the accuracy go? Why are you missing these throws? You don't usually miss those. Not that often. I'm going to try to hit Yarbrough here. That's a good enough throw, and he gets hit into the end zone, but not scoring. He's down at the 1. That was a good throw, inside shoulder to freaking Yarbrough, and I shouldn't have ran the football. I knew it. I don't know why I chose to run it. That's my bad. I don't know why I even chose to run it. I knew they were going to instantly shed and get into the backfield. That one's on me, but I'm going to fire that quickly. It's going to be caught. No, it's not. MVP drops it on his hands. You can't really drop that football there, MVP. Can't. That's too big of a play. All of our timeouts, 41 seconds. Step up in the pocket with Bradson Darn. If you can't do it with the teammates, you got to do it yourself. Bradson Darn is responsible for the first touchdown of Season 2 for the Orlando Wizards. We tie the game back up. They do get the ball to start the second half, so we'll have to be weary of that. But at least we will hopefully go into halftime tied at 7. Even though, to be fair, we probably should have had ourselves a bigger lead than a tie game, or a lead at all. But that's not the way the game has played out so far, so you can't be too mad about it. You just got to kind of ride it out and see what happens. 37 seconds left. Will they try to go crazy, or will they just like maybe run it or something? I have no idea. They finally had a good offensive drive where they finished it off with a touchdown. So maybe they'll try to look to keep that momentum. Starting at the 25-yard line. Manuel's in the backfield with nobody with him. Quick throw. Catch. And they're using a timeout, so it looks like they're going to be aggressive here. I think that was Owens. Or not Owens. That was Towns. And Manuel's X Factor is activated. I'm not sure what it is. I didn't check. But it is activated. And they are getting really close to field goal range here. This is getting a little scary. I don't know how good their kicker is. But they are getting real close to field goal range. 29 seconds, one timeout. If we can make them use their timeout, and they do. Okay, they're not in field goal range. All we got to do is keep them in bounds. They're not going to be able to have enough time to kick a field goal here if we keep them in bounds. And they're going to keep him in bounds. He holds on to the football. They're not going to have enough time. They can't spike it. That clock's going to kill him. They're going to try it. They can't. The clock didn't go as fast as I wanted it to. 4, 3. They're going to snap it. Woodson almost blocked it. And it's good. Oh, my God. Howard Woodson almost blocked the kick. He was inches from it. And the Thunderbirds will enter halftime up 10-7. I cannot believe he was able to get that kick off. If I would have been doing that, you just know the accelerated clock would have absolutely killed me on that. It would have taken it all the way down. Oh, I left it with 8 seconds left. Enough time to get the field goal team out there and kick the field goal. Almost blocked, too. Why couldn't it have just been blocked? So he's got Bazooka as his X factor. So Jalen Manuel's going to be throwing these balls deep. It's a handoff, and he gets shut down by Brick Law. Jerome's got nothing. He's feeling that one. Look at him. That's how you react after you get hit by Brick Law. That's what happens. He's showing the effects. 2nd down and 8. They're going to hand it off to him again. No, it's a fake. It's a quarterback keeper on the read option, and he's going nowhere. We were able to adjust and get the tackle. Prince is able to get there, and now it is 3rd and 8 from the 27. Manuel has no more X factor. We got rid of it on that tackle. And Jadeveon Carter is in the backfield. Jadeveon Carter, sack number 2 today. He is continuing his Defensive Player of the Year campaign into this season. And he's also talking to the center. He's saying, you're not good enough. You don't stand a chance. Jadeveon Carter chased him down and pulled him away. Look at that. He's talking to the center. A little trash talk to open Season 2. You love to see it. You love a little trashy talk. Although I might need to get on the right person so we can get him in focus. Because this could be a nice little thummy. Hold on. Who's the focus on? It's on Carter, okay. Oh, no, it's on the ball, I think. Now it's on the center. Now it's on that guy. Okay, now it's on Carter. So let's zoom in on Carter. A little action here. A little face-to-face. I like this. This is the type of stuff you want to see. Look at that. That's a thumbnail if I've ever seen one. That is a thumbnail if I've ever seen one. Starting year number 2 with a little bit of a chippy argument. I'm here for it. All right, Tyreek Lawson back to return the punt. That was a good drive. Coming out of halftime with the kind of letdown of having them score the field goal right before. and then having them not do anything here and instantly punt it back. I like that. That works out in my favor. I feel bad for Speed McCree because he's just not getting a lot of touches because this defensive line is too good to stop the run. So we got to get him the ball in other ways, and that was a bad decision. It was a very bad decision. I think that was too much of a force. I was just trying to get him the ball any way possible. I got to get the ball away. Oh my God, they got pressure on me quick. Man, this Thunderbird team is good. This Thunderbirds team is good. Their defensive line is elite. Nobody's over the top. If I could fit that in, that's Tyreek Lawson, and it's going to be incomplete. It looked like it was open. It really did. And we will punt the ball back to the Thunderbirds here. Not ideal. Certainly not what I wanted to do, but that's a decent punt. And he's going to return it, and he's going to break or juke out of a tackle and get to the 23-yard line. So now the Thunderbirds come right back onto the field. It's almost like we didn't even have the possession because they're basically in the same spot they were when they turned it over to us. This is a tight game. This is very tough. What a way to kick off Season 2. The defending champs in a tight battle against a good Thunderbird team. Maybe some could say an up-and-coming Thunderbird team. You never know. That's a good throw and a good catch from Towns. He ran that slant really well. He seems to be Manuel's favorite target right now. Not much I can do on that one. He's just too good. We need to get some more pressure on him. And there we go. Exactly what we needed to do. We did. It's Jabari Sims and Jadeveon Carter. Half a sack each. That's the third sack of the day. And that's 2.5 sacks for Jadeveon Carter, man. He is just a beast. We know that he's elite, and he's showing it right here. And he's going to get another one. Give me another sack. He wanted a full sack on that one. That's 3.5 sacks for Jadeveon Carter. On opening night here in the WOJFL Season 2, my man is electric. That's going to be a throwaway, and that's a punt. 4th and 23. The defense steps up once again. The entire reason we were in the WOJFL Super Bowl last year was the defense. And now they're showing it again here in Season 2. And especially Jadeveon Carter. I don't know if he's going to keep up this pace the entire year. Probably not. There's no way he can sustain 3.5 sacks a game every single game. But if he can just keep the pressure up and play as good as he's been playing, even if he just forces the quarterback to roll out of the pocket and throw some bad passes, I'll take that. Because he's just a disruptor. He's definitely a difference maker. That's for sure. Is my man going to get open? He's not. That's going to be to Tank Barber, and he dropped it. Tank Barber drops the catch on the hit, really. Nobody wanted to get open. Absolutely nobody wanted to get open. And since we can't run the football very much, I just feel like we're in a weird spot. Oh, that's wide open, though. And Bradson, darn, incomplete pass again, Bradson. Am I going to have to bench you? Trust me, I don't want to, because we got smooth jazz Kenny George. I don't really want Kenny George playing. But, I mean, you got to be able to hit these throws, Bradson. These are throws that need to win games. And Yarborough drops the catch on the tackle. That wasn't really Bradson's fault. That was just a tough catch. But that wide open receiver, what the heck? Did they really just... You just roughed the punter? Oh my God. They just roughed the punter and gave me a free first down. I cannot believe they just roughed the punter. They almost blocked it, to be fair, but he roughed Michael Plummer, and it's a freaking first down. We just got bailed to the heavens by the Thunderbirds. Thank you, ma'am. We need Bradson to deliver a ball here. He's not going to deliver a good ball, but it's a ball that gets caught at least. Tyreek Lawson's a good enough receiver to make that catch. That ball needs to be better. If that ball is placed better, that could be even more yards, maybe even a touchdown. Maybe Tyreek makes a guy miss and he scores a touchdown. You never know. Anything can happen. Yarborough holds on to the ball. That's a nice little 5-yard gain. We are running in to the end of the third quarter here. I am going to roll out of the pocket, fire it in, and Bradson Darn incomplete. Horribly inaccurate on the run there, which is one of his stronger assets, is he can throw on the run. MVP was wide open, middle of the end zone, and he just didn't have anything on that. I got to roll again here. I might just have to take off and run because I'm not going to find anybody open. Bradson Darn, number 2. He's diving into the end zone. He scores. Bradson Darn, touchdown number 2 on the ground. He may not be able to throw a touchdown, but he can do it on the ground on his own with his legs. He dives into the end zone, gets that ball across the pylon, and that's another touchdown for the Wizards on the ground with Bradson. I guess I don't care how they come as long as they come. So that's a big-time touchdown. Swings the momentum back in our favor. Gives us a 4-point lead. And our defense has proven that we can shut down this Thunderbird offense. We've done it time in and time out. So we need to do it another time here. But this Thunderbird offense has also proven they can score on us. So it's going to be a battle of who is the better position group. Is it the offense with the wide receivers, or is it the defensive line? It's going to be the wide receivers right there. Oh, it's a fumble. No way. He was on the ground. I think they still got it, though. Yeah, they still picked it up. But I think he was already on the ground when that fumble happened. Yeah, they're not even going to review it. Wait. Actually, that means that he wasn't on the ground then, if they're not going to review it. So that was a fumble, and they just got it back. Why couldn't we have picked that up? What are we doing, guys? Can I see the instant replay, or is it too late? Okay, here's the instant replay. Was he actually fumbled? No, he was clearly down. His knee was absolutely down. And his elbow was down before that ball came out. So it wasn't a fumble. It was not a fumble. It seems like our crowd's getting pretty loud. Slightly inaccurate from Manuel. But the crowd noise is getting to the receivers. They're starting to not be able to hear their play calls. You'd love to see that. Making it hard for Manuel to call the plays. That's a quick wide receiver screen, and he's going nowhere. Brick Law's in the backfield, shutting him down. They went to Gilbert's. It was not a good idea, and it is 3rd and 13. Come on, boys. One more stop here. One more stop, and we're looking pretty sexy. That is an unbelievable wide open catch. Good tackle, but the fact that we couldn't stay with Gilbert's is crazy. And the fact that Jadeveon Carter didn't get immediate pressure is also crazy. Of course, the one play that we needed him to get pressure, he doesn't get pressure. Boogie Richardson, I screwed that up. That's not Boogie's fault. That's 100% my fault. I missed the tackle. That's not on Boogie. That's on me. And I hate it. I wish I could blame Boogie. But I can't. I got to blame myself, which I hate even more. Manuel goes out of the backfield. Jabari Sims is there to stop it. Good job, Jabari. 3rd and 8. They are in field goal range, but they're down by 4. Field goal does nothing really for them, except for making a 1-point game. And if they stop us, then I guess they could win with a field goal. But I feel like they got to score a touchdown. So we'll see what they do if they don't get this on 3rd down. Carter forces Manuel to roll, and he's going to run. Bad idea. I think Kelly was right there. Oh, no, that's Dallas Mayo. Mayo was right there to shut that down. 4th and 7. They are going to go for it. Makes sense. Field goal does really nothing for them. Makes no sense, really. So if we're going to stop here, we could lock this game up. It's going to be wide open. Receiver. He's still going. That's brutal. That's really brutal that he was wide open like that on 4th down. On a slant route of all things. And that's to the outside, to the sidelines. Stopped at the 1. I hate it here. I hate it here. This has got to be a handoff to the running back, right? Mayo's in the line. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Prince is there to shut it down. We were not fooled. We were not fooled by it, but now this could be just a straight-up handoff to the running back on 3rd and goal from the 3. And it will be. It'll be a handoff to Jerome. He's into the end zone. How did he squeeze through? I don't know, but he did. And the Thunderbirds will take a 3-point lead with 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go. But this does give us a good chance to win the game on a walk-off. We have all of our timeouts. We know we can score on this Thunderbird team. And if worst comes to worst, we can just kick a field goal, go to overtime. I don't want to go to overtime. I want to win the game, which is what we're going to try to do here. But at least we know that we can have a backup plan of just kicking a field goal. But I'm going to set all my focus towards winning this football game. We're going to go to Yarborough underneath. He's going to fight for the first down and get it, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. We've got all of our timeouts, so we don't have to worry. We have all the time in the world. I would even prefer to take this down under a minute before we score. Maybe even deeper than that. Who knows? I just don't want them to have any chance of scoring if we end up scoring. That's Tyreek Lawson. He's in the Parker Peter role this season, and he's got himself a good catch and a good run after the catch, too. That clear out worked pretty well. We'll go with a Y under here because that gets Tyreek Lawson deep into territory. And we'll go underneath. That's the Parker Peter roll. I think that was a rough looking tackle, too. I think we are now into field goal range for Dicker the kicker. It would be a deep field goal, really deep field goal. But I think he could hit it. That's a tough catch. I'm actually going to call a timeout here. That was a tough catch from Peters. I'm surprised that was even caught in the first place. That was a tough catch. I'm going to run a slip. And hopefully Fedosky doesn't hold on this one. But at least it worked decent. That's a good slip screen. I'll take that. We'll go with slants. Under a minute. So I've done my job. I took it under a minute, and Yarborough's doing a good job there. He was wide open on the little curl. Under 40 seconds to go, we'll go with the clear out because that worked last time to get Tyreek Lawson a lot of yards. And it'll work again to get him not as many yards, but a decent carry, and we'll use our second timeout. We got to keep that last timeout just in case. They want me to run the football. I know that we're in field goal range. We can take a tie here. I can't, in good conscience, go for a tie. I have to at least go for the win while we're in position to. Tyreek Lawson got both his feet down. Oh, my God. I thought for sure he was not going to get both his feet down there. He did get both his feet down. With 22 seconds left, we have a chance to win this game. And we'll go to the old reliable Parker Peters delivers. He scores the first receiving touchdown of year 2. And with 19 seconds to go, we do exactly what we needed to do. The boys are back in front. That's that championship mentality that we've ingrained into our system. We didn't panic. We didn't do anything bad on that drive. That was all expertly crafted. And with only 19 seconds and 3 timeouts, the Thunderbirds need not a field goal, a touchdown. Because the gap is now 4. So with 19 seconds and 3 timeouts, what kind of Harry Houdini magician type of drive does Manuel have up his sleeve here? Hopefully nothing. They got to go from the 25 to the end zone. That's a tough ask in only 19 seconds. And when they're going quick, wait, was that a drop or was that was a catch? Oh my God, because they called a timeout on it. So I thought that was a drop because the ball he didn't finish with the ball. Oh my God, that's wide open. Bring him down. Good tackle. 12 seconds. We cannot have plays like that, boys. I got to get in the gamer stance. Come on. 12 seconds, 1 timeout. Make them use their final timeout. That's going to be it. No, he dropped it. Okay. I thought that was going to be a pick at least. That would have been awesome. And they're going to have to go deep. Man 3 deep. Play everybody over the top. Boogie Richardson not really doing much. They're going to the end zone. Knock it down. Knock it down. Thank God. And with 1 second remaining, they're going to have one final play to tie or to win this game. Give everybody cushion. Play over the top. And get to Manuel. We're not going to get to Manuel. It's not going to go to the end zone. It's not deep enough. And it's incomplete. The Wizards defend their championship in week 1, and we win the game. Woo, that had me sweating there at the end. That one got me a little nervy. A little turtle head almost popping out there. But we hold on for the victory, 21-17. That's exactly what we needed to do. Big victory. Big victory in year 2, week 1. Morrison gets an upgrade point. You love to see that. And now we have 2 back-to-back division games. So we will see. We'll see what happens there. Let's get to the end of the week. We'll get to the week 2 stuff, and then we will see what happened around the rest of the league as we will go doubleheader for the next episode with the Orbits, who we dominated last season. They were bad. And then the Oilers, who were also a playoff team last year. So some tough competition, but we looked pretty decent on defense. So I believe in this defense that can carry us pretty far. Let's get to the franchise tool and recap what happened around the rest of the WOJFL in week number 1 of season 2. Luckily, it was just the offseason that had the super bright white screen. So now we're back to the dark screen, which makes it a little bit better. So it's not just blasting light on my face. But we are currently sitting at the 7th seed because a bunch of teams in the AFC side of the bracket won their first game. But I mean, it's only week 1. We're not anywhere close to the playoffs just yet. The spread for next episode in game number 1 is 45. Okay, and then the over/under is plus 10. The plus minus is 10. So, okay, very interesting. Obviously, we're the favorites. The rankings, we don't have the best defense in the league for some reason, probably because we allowed 17 points, I'd have to say. We actually have, where are we at? The Orlando Wizards have the 7th ranked defense in the power rankings. Our offense probably isn't too much better. We're really bad on offense sometimes. We have the 27th ranked offense. That makes sense. And then in the overall rankings, power rankings, we currently sit at 7. There we go. The schedule. How did everybody else do? So we were the first game of the season. We won 21-17. The Dreadnoughts defeat the Blues 14-7. Steamers defeat the Tigers. Okay. 17-14. Snowhawks beat the Huskies 31-24. Mounties defeat the Bulls 28-14. Monarchs, they're just not going to figure it out, are they? They lose to the Oilers 21-6. Dragons defeat the Orbits 31-14. Sentinels fall to the Golden Eagles 24-10. So everybody in our division won it. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. The Orbits are in our division. They lost. I'm stupid. But everybody but the Orbits won in our division. Nighthawks defeat the Lumberjacks 34-28. Armadillos beat the Caps, who have Isaiah Cannon, former quarterback. They beat them 24-21. So a little close game. Elks beat the Aviators 31-28. Riverhawks defeat the Antlers 27-22. Voyagers fall to the Condors 24-21. And on Sunday Night Football, the Bison beat the Desperados 45-20. And then the doubleheader on Monday Night Football, the Black Knights beat the Shamrocks 25-21. Very disappointing start for the Shamrocks. They were a pretty good team last year, although they lost to us. And then the Redwoods, on the final game of the week, defeat the Pioneers 28-24. So some of the top teams in the league last year not starting out to very good starts. The Lumberjacks were a good team last year. They were one of the best teams last year. The Tigers lost. The Shamrocks lost. A lot of the top teams last year, starting season 2, not off to a good start. Not off to a very good start. Brent Townsend, the quarterback for the Snowhawks, leads the league in passing yards right now. Who's thrown the most interceptions? Tim Payton and Brett Thompson and Dustin Gosnell. Who's he quarterback of? He's quarterback of the Bulls. Thompson's quarterback of the Oilers. That's who we play next week. Well, next episode. He had 2 interceptions. Rushing leader is Christian Adai. Receiving leader is Hunter Pennington. Excuse me. Do we have any of our guys up here? I don't think so. There's, I thought I saw our guy. There's Tyreek Lawson. He had 91 yards on 5 catches. Parker Peters right up there as well. Good to see. Tackles, Pete Haydenworth is a outside linebacker for the Antlers. And then the sack leader, obviously, is Jadeveon Carter. No surprise there. 3.5 sacks. He led the league last year, and now he's continuing to dominate. Interception leader, we should have our guy up here. But it looks like a lot of guys had 1 pick last year. There's Storm McKinley. And then you got kicking. We didn't really have any kicks. We just had extra points. So that's how the stats look after 1 week. And here's what the standings look like. Is there any division that's really bad this year? It looks like maybe the AFC North could be pretty bad this year. It's still early, though. The AFC East was pretty bad last year, so they're probably going to be bad again this year. The NFC North could be pretty decently bad. This one looks pretty tough. This one, I mean, there's a lot of divisions that look decently tough, including our division, which was pretty tough last year for us. And then the draft recap. So Quan Lewis was the #1 overall pick. He was the #1 overall pick. He went to, what team did he go? It's not telling me who he went to because of the logos. I forget what team he got drafted by. I can't see it, can I? Because it should just tell me right here, but because the logos aren't there, it's not going to tell me. Quan Lewis is #1 overall pick, and then you had Isaiah Bledsoe. I think these two guys are going to be really, really good. I think Quan Lewis went to the Caps, didn't he? Or was no, it wasn't the Caps. It was the who was it? It was the who had the #1 pick last year? It was probably it was the Monarchs. That's right. It was the London Monarchs. They had the #1 pick. So that's where Quan Lewis went. But that's recapping what happened around the rest of the WOJFL here in year number 2, season number 1. Next episode, we will get back to the double headers where we will have 2 games in the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, though. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.